Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss derby-themed bourbon bottles. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Darren McLeod, and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, so yeah, we're going to be talking about those derby-themed bottles, the special collectibles that come out this time of the year. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Darren, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that?
So,
Darren's pretty new. Just think he was like, what do you guys think about those derby-themed Kentucky bourbon bottles? I'd have to kill him at that point. I mean, this would be, the whole show would be ruined. We would cover it, and then we wouldn't have anything to come back after the break. We'd just sit around and do one. So, but go ahead, Darren. Sorry.
not about the derby, but it is about horses. So, what is the most overrated thing in whiskey right now that doesn't have a little horse on top of its bottle?
Okay. Overrated thing in whiskey. What is overrated?
Other than whiskey stones as well? Because that's just like the forever overrated, right?
Whiskey stones are automatically at the top of that list.
Okay, so then the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Age statements. I mean, I think they're important for some of those old heritage brands because they have to be that old to be good. But to sit there and think that applies to your craft distiller who's utilizing heirloom grains or sweet mashing or there's a lot of different things, or air seasoned barrels. There's a lot of things that they can do to get beyond that age statement, and that doesn't matter then. People who are like, what is that, a 2-year-old? Oh, that can't be good. Come into our place. We've got some stuff that's 2 years old that is pretty damn good. Yeah. So. Yep.
And the people who think that older is always better, but especially with bourbon, not true.
Exactly.
There's a sweet spot for a lot of bourbon, and then it gets older and it's worse. So that's a good one.
Well, okay.
With people, though, probably older is better, but that's for another time.
Well, to a point, there's a point of diminishing returns. Yeah. So.
There's so many gimmicky things of I think you can get caught up in glasses, especially. So like even tonight. So I didn't even have a Glencairn down here. So I just grabbed a rocks glass, and I'm going to enjoy every pour I have tonight. And it's going to be perfectly fine. I'm opening bottles. There is one bottle I'm opening tonight that I have not had before, but all these bottles I've had before. It's I understand the science of the different styled glasses, but there's so many different tiny varieties that you can get down such the rabbit hole, and it's so easy to do that I feel like once you just get like a general few tasting style glasses, like I love my 2-aught glasses because I like the way they look, but beyond that, get some Glencairns or 2-aught. I think anything beyond that, it can become overrated of like, oh no, I have this specific things, right? This specific type of glass that,
Yeah. I mean, the Glen, I like those, for nosing and tasting for things like that. But if I'm just drinking whiskey, just like what Katie's got right there, a rocks glass, to me, the one thing about a rocks glass, it feels good in your hand. I don't sit there and ever think, boy, this Glen feels good in my hand. But a rocks glass, I don't know, there's something cool about it. I don't know what that is, but it feels
I like the
good.
weight of it and the weight feels.
Yeah.
I like the girth of it, got good girth.
And here we go. Yeah. Okay. Anything else overrated in bourbon?
Reviews. I freaking hate bourbon reviews.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Why? I'm like, my thing is, if it's in my budget and I think it's interesting, I'm going to buy it. And if I wasted $50, it'll sit on my shelf and I'll serve it to guests or give it to somebody. Like, I don't care what some dude on Instagram or TikTok fucking thinks about it. We might not even like the same things. Like, we don't have the same palate. I really have no patience for reviews. Cute. And I never like them. But
okay, reviews. Yes, that's a good one. Especially after you've tasted it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people ask, what did this person say about it, or what do you think about it? And to me, I just want to be almost rude and be like, at this point, you've tasted it. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It 100% only should matter what you like. And if you think it's great, it's great.
The only reviews I want is Mr. Bill saying I like it or I don't like it. That is all I need to know. I don't need these in-depth, pretentious bullshit things.
I think that almost would be more useful of what other whiskeys do you like and not like, and then do you like this one, yes or no?
Right.
So you could compare it.
Yeah, that's
Just
better.
Mr. Bill becomes the ultimate whiskey reviewer.
I think he is.
He might have a career. He might have a career, Mr. Bill. So yeah. If he's listening, send your application in. All right, Kathy, what do you think about this? What do you think something that's overrated in bourbon?
Facebook bourbon groups.
Facebook bourbon, yeah. I don't know the Facebook bourbon attack groups. Yes,
Yeah, I think
that's what they're there for, right? It's just put up so.
But I don't
so you
think
can yell
that's
at
what they
people.
were originally created for. I think that's what they turn into.
Right, or just photos of unopened bottles. Just here.
Oh God, that one should go to like second. I think below Whiskey Stones. Photos of unopened bottles.
Unopened bottles. Yeah. I saw
Open
one
the
today.
freaking bottle and drink it. I don't care what unopened bottles you get. I will go through your house and open every single one and take a pour out of it. Every single freaking one.
Yeah. I saw one today where a guy was really pleased with himself because he added a Pappy 15 to his Pappy collection, and he's missing the 23. And he's like, I'll probably never get it. Why bother? Why can you grab the images off the internet? If you just want to post the picture, just grab the image off the internet. Just post it. Be like, here you go. Here's a cool picture on my page. Look, it's Pappy.
Whiskey's meant to be drunken.
If I had a bottle of Pappy 15, it'd be empty.
Yeah, exactly. This guy had his collection, and it literally is a collection because he doesn't drink any of it. He's been working on it for years, and not a single one cracked.
The memories you build while drinking whiskey with friends at the memories you have of drinking that bottle of whiskey is way better than any amount of collecting you can do, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
I guess the easy answer for why they collect them is because they don't have friends. That's the only reason I can think of.
I'm going to surround myself with things.
I think we need to do a show, though, of stuff that people do that they think is cool that's actually embarrassing. And that's one of them. Yeah, posting your these bottles that have not even been opened. You think that's cool? That you just buy it and you just have it sit on the shelf?
This would be a good bracket challenge. Just a list of most embarrassing things to do as a whiskey fan.
Right.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
That would be good.
That's good.
I want to work on that. All right, Darren,
then we could do like a scavenger hunt where we have to take pictures of ourselves doing these stupid things. And posting
We're
on
going to
Facebook
piss off
groups.
Steve by calling the barrel shop. He's like, y'all got any Blantons?
You got any Blantons?
I've got something for that coming up. It's very exciting, very cutting edge. We'll see. Wait till you see this. It's coming up soon. I'm ready to go after Blantons. I've got them. I got them where I want them. All right. Our good friend Darren there. What do you think?
So
you asked the question.
The most overrated thing in whiskey, in my opinion, is actually bourbon itself. There's so many people that think, oh, I only drink bourbon. I only like bourbon. American single malts and ryes are just as good almost any day of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is one thing that drives me nuts is how much people don't like ryes or single
cut
malts
themselves off from trying anything else.
Do you think that they're smart enough to know that there's a difference?
No.
By name, they do.
They should know by name.
They don't know the difference. They don't. Number one, they don't know the difference in the rules. They don't know. They don't know difference in taste. You could blind taste them. They couldn't tell you which one's the bourbon, which one's the rye. I guarantee you, that's just how it is. So many of them, what I just love is so many of them hate rye. And they're like, I don't want anything with any rye in it. I don't like rye. There's one guy that told me he's allergic to rye. And then they always go with the high rye bourbons every single time. You ask them what they like. They're like, I like Buffalo Trace. I like Wild Turkey. I like Old Granddad. I'm like, those are all high rye bourbons. High rye.
Like you did not list a single weeded type bourbon. Like, come on.
Yeah, if they're like, oh, I like Maker's Mark and even like Pappyville, then I'm like, well, then they got a bit of an argument because they're drinking Weeders, but these guys aren't. Yeah, I like Larceny. If they would say, then I'd be like, hey, you got me here, because but every time they just tee it up for me, and then
it just drives me nuts. I just want to hit my head against the wall every single damn time.
And they don't even know. They're this expert. They're in their mind. They're walking in and they're showing snobbery because they're like, I don't like rye, so please don't give me any rye. And then you tell them this, and they have no idea that this bourbon that supposedly they love as a high rye. They don't know. It's amazing.
I think it's usually approached with such like confidence as well. It's not like no, I don't think I like rye, or I'm not sure if I've had rye before. It's not for
I've had bad rye experiences. I don't. No, they're
it's the worst fucking thing to exist is how they walk in all the time. They're like, oh, this sucks.
Right. Well, you came to the wrong shop if you think you're going to fool us. So I think
more for us.
So there you go. All right. Well, guess what, gang? On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'll go first. I've got to start with Hardin's Creek here. I have to remove the safety belt first before I can uncork it. There it is. It's just
I love it.
Now off and out of the way, allowing me to freely open this up. That's for safety purposes. Here we go. Decent.
Oh, that was decent.
It was crisp. It was good. I like what happened there. So I
had a safety belt holding it tightly in place.
Yes. So I need to put that back on, and then I need to reaffix the safety belt before we move on. So
I love it so much.
I don't want that thing to pop off in the middle of the show. So yes, we're good there for safety purposes. That's been put away properly. All right. Next up is Kathy.
Okay. Let's open the Copper Dome.
Okay, Copper Dome. Nothing.
Man, your microphone hates you tonight.
You definitely need to adjust your microphone.
I could tell by your body language that it was a great pop.
Computer. I have a new computer.
Well, there you go. The technology of the new computers. Yeah.
I got to pull out the old broken computer.
All right, McNew, you're next.
Have a Russell's 10.
Okay.
Oh,
ooh, that was good. Okay. Katie, who's winning?
I heard that one and not my last one. I don't know what's
dang.
Oh, that's close. This is close.
That was very close, but I think McNew's had a little more squeak to it. So I think Steve wins by a very, very small margin.
Nice. I thought she was getting ready to award it to McNew, so I feel good about that.
That was close.
I thought I was done there. So all right, Katie.
It might be my love of the safety belt, to be honest.
biased opinion.
All right, Katie, what do you got?
I have Woodford Reserve Kentucky Derby number 148.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right. Katie's got 20 minutes of setup. Okay.
Oh.
Basie.
That was Basie. Not enough to overtake me, though.
No.
Darren, you're next. Last but not least.
I got a little Weller Foolproof.
Okay.
Didn't hear anything here. So
didn't hear anything. Yeah, those are good on the first cork pop, but then they're done. And you can even let it sit around for a while. Some of them kind of regenerate over time. Not those things. So
well, I'm not wasting any more new bottles on these shows.
Cheers. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Derby themed bottles and wondering if anybody in this group loses their shit over these things. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We'll also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Bob. I'm in Ohio. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking Derby themed bottles.
Yes, we are. So I saw an article in the Lexington newspaper, I believe, that talked about the fact that here's a game plan to get your Derby themed bottles. Now I get it. Kentucky loves bourbon. They love the Derby. You put those two things together, and there, I guess it's a really big thing. In St. Louis, we can get the Derby bottles. It's not a big thing. But do you guys lose your shit for these things? Is this something that
Yes.
you got to have? Oh, Katie's saying yes. Katie, you got to have
And
this.
I'm hoping that it doesn't really catch on because I will be very upset if I can't find my Woodford Derby bottle every year.
It's just Woodford, right? It's nothing.
Yes, I know it's just Woodford, but dude, the bottles are so pretty. Like the horses and the colors.
And the colors.
It's gorgeous.
All right.
And so I even go as far as I get multiple bottles each year. So I have on my shelf, because I have all of my bottles separated by types of whiskey in alphabetical order, as one should. And so
I bet you have an assistant do that though. You're not doing that.
I could send my assistant over to reorganize it.
That would be great.
So,
you gotta go organize my whiskey.
My assistant did organize my kitchen for me. She set it up. But so my in my bourbon section, I have an entire row of Woodford Reserve Derby bottles because I collect multiple of each year then. So because I don't want to ever run out of them. But I also drink them because it's just Woodford. But it would make me sad to have the empty bottle for some reason. I don't know why. But so I think that fully qualifies me as yes, I go crazy for no.
So here's a question. With multiple bottles, are you drinking a little bit out of each one so that you never have one empty to get rid of? And you finish one, throw it away. Finish one, throw it away.
Yeah, in theory, I should drink just one down, but I've accidentally opened two of them before. And so now a few of the years, I have two that are both open. And then I keep struggling back and forth on which one I should drink down. So
right,
it's
kind of like the Kathy theme there, though. You keep both of them alive. By switching back and forth.
I'm
they
really
both stay alive
bad at killing bottles anyway. Like to the fact that I didn't even go to the event at the barrel shop.
It would have been too stressful for you.
It was too stressful. So
it's too stressful. Yeah, it was a fun time. It was. Yeah, then Darren showed up. He was there.
I'll have a race maybe one day.
Kathy was there.
With the almost empty bottles.
I was.
Like my own Kentucky Derby of all the years.
I killed more bottles than anyone. Well, I tied Bob Miramonte, but still.
think I needed to go because with that crowd, it was going to just devolve into debauchery. And they needed a fine, upstanding young lady in their presence to keep
Was
it
it not
class it up a little bit?
anyway? Were
Class
we
it
the
up.
same thing?
Yeah. You classed it up for us. So that's good.
Well, it was me and Pam Hoyle. And with her sailor mouth,
Yeah.
the place is always going to be she wants to take over running the brothel.
Yeah, she does. What do you think about that, Kathy?
I met her in person, but
I'm a little offended because I thought I had dibs.
Yeah. Well, McNew said she wanted to run it too, so I don't know what's happening. We don't even have this thing, and we have 3 people who want the job of running it.
3 brothels, Steve.
We have 3 competing brothels.
3, okay.
Just we're taking over the strip mall with brothels.
What happened to the skeet shooting? What happened to the skeet shooting?
We can tie that in. Who gets
like in between brothel, skeet shoot, brothel, skeet shoot.
The skeet shoot won't work though because you've got like schools and neighborhoods around you.
I feel like if you
because that doesn't pose a problem for getting a brothel approved.
Right.
Oh, here's the thing. If you tip my girls well and my girls are happy, they'll have like little tokens where you can go skeet shoot for free afterwards.
So as you run this thing, McNew, at like 2:00, are you gonna have like tea and stuff like you see on that show in Las Vegas?
No, we're not doing tea. We're doing whiskey, but we can have teacups, like whiskey in a teacup.
Whiskey in a teacup, yes.
Oh.
But
there's going to be 3 of them. We can have different themes.
I like it.
And I need mine to be old Western themed. I want it to be a saloon, and I want the bustles. I want the whole damn thing.
So maybe not teacups at that one.
Work out.
I don't see the teacups working.
And I want the little piano player guy too.
Okay.
I want and maybe some poker. Some cowboys playing poker. Can we hire cowboys?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? I mean, we're doing all this other stuff. Why not? Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. The Derby bottles.
How did we get in this topic?
I don't
Derby
know.
again?
I'm not sure.
Bottles. That's what we're talking about.
Killing bottles.
What about Katie? What about the Maker's Mark bottle? They do a Derby themed bottle as well. It features 1 horse. Like they have the Secretariat bottle or American Pharaoh.
If I see it, I will buy it.
Okay.
I've been luckier to find the Woodford bottle, so it's become my thing because their labels have been the prettiest. So that's what caught my eye. And so that's what's become my
sponsor
too.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Woodford, aren't they an official sponsor?
They are.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so but I mean, and Makers is one of my favorite,
sure. They're probably an official sponsor too, because there's a lot of the Derby itself, and then there's a whole month of stuff leading up to it. So at some point, they probably have every single distillery sponsoring something. They have dinners and events and all kinds of things leading up to it. So probably just about any distillery can say, we're in some way affiliated with the Derby. It's a big deal. The Derby's a big thing.
So I would be excited if the bottles were decanters shaped like Derby hats.
Like Derby hats.
Like that. Like a fun little fancy.
I would buy those.
That sounds expensive.
Sounds expensive. Kathy, are you willing to pay for that? So instead of being your $45 bottle, it's to be $150 bottle or $200 bottle. Are you still going to buy that?
150?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be more than that, I think.
Maybe.
What if the topper looks like a hat, like just the cork?
Oh, there we go.
That'd be more attainable.
Instead of horses, we've got Derby hats.
Yeah.
Derby hats.
But maybe they're still like crystal or glass looking and still really pretty.
I'd like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I would collect the shit out of that. Oh man. I'd be throwing elbows to get those.
Yeah.
I think the best way to do these Derby bottles is you have every horse that's going to be in the field that year, and you have to pick whichever one you're going to choose. So you can't buy all 18 because that's a ridiculous amount of money, but you have to pick your front runner when you're buying your bourbon for the Derby. Otherwise, I don't care. But if it was like every option was available to you and you had to choose off name and look for the horse and you just got to buy a bottle of whiskey for that would be...
Do you have to take your bottle with you when you make your bet?
Yes, as like proof.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
I love this idea, but people are going to run it because they're going to be like, oh, I need all 18 horses or however many damn horses run in the Derby.
Right.
And then the liquor shop gets to print money if they want to buy all 18. So I don't have a problem with that either.
Yeah. You should buy all 18 at the ABV Barrel Shop. I feel like the idea of getting all the ones that are there, but I don't know when they name them. I don't know enough about the Derby.
Well, they have to qualify at some point.
Right. Yeah. So they know as they start qualifying, but that takes time too. And then I think their odds should play into it too, because you don't want to have the exact same number. Like, the favorite there should be more of those, right? The long shot should be, if it's 100-1 long shot, for every 100 bottles you make, there should only be one of the 100-1 long shot. And then those become the rare ones, because then you don't care about, as a collector, you want the one that's toughest to find. Right. So then the long shots are the one that are really desired, not the.
And then somebody's going to pay $1,000 for a
genius. I hope they're listening. Like those tapper people did.
I wonder
listening, and I'll take half the profits, please.
I wonder if you could just do like a whiskey charm instead of the bottle, so that you could do this like last minute.
Okay.
Just ship out charms to put around the bottle.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that? We've done nothing. We've got 3 shows out where we're ripping on John Taffer's product, and out of nowhere we get a request to have John Taffer come on the Bourbon Daily.
I think you've got to have
one. I lost my shit when I saw that today.
I was like, so?
I was like,
you've got to have
immediately.
Just see if he's listened to the show and he just wants to come on. He's like, I'll get this guy. I'm a big name. He wants to. And then he comes on and he just screams at me like he does on the show.
I'm just
that's worth it.
You don't think it was
camera crew in tow, just yelling at Steve.
You don't think it was an algorithm where they picked up that his name had been?
They could. They have that. They do have that where they you got to pay for that. And I guess he's got enough backing that maybe a PR agency would do something like that. But yeah, I do think it's weird that yes, we get that stuff all the time, but it's not really. It's always somebody who just wrote a book that you've never even heard of, and the book has nothing to do with bourbon or anything. They just want to come on and show. So the PR person, quote unquote, is doing their job. This one was actually someone that is not only I know, but someone we've talked about for the first time ever. By the way, I don't think we've ever talked about John Taffer other than when he came out.
Yeah. No, it was hilarious. As soon as I said it, I was like inciting old man anger. I love this.
I just love how our show is interrupting Katie while she takes pictures of her puppy.
Yeah. Of their puppy's ass, by the way. All those I see is dog ass over there.
I had to mute myself because he started barking, and then he got cute and he's went to go play with.
It's 2
dogs. Look at them.
Yeah, big. Look at him.
Yeah. All right.
Adorable.
Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Bourbon Adventures. Also, quite often at the ABV Barrel Shop. Maybe more often coming soon, but
we'll see. Yes, I got good news just yesterday. So, Kathy, how about you?
You can find me talking about everything except the theme of the show. Instagram at KK Castring, and sometimes at the ABV Barrel Shop at heel parties, where we killed 37 bottles.
Yep, and Kathy classed it up the whole time. All right,
I classed that shit right up.
You did. Katie, how about you?
You can find me always being distracted by dogs, and also over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop, and ask us about the If You Know, You Know Speakeasy. We've got that coming very soon. Very excited about that. So check all that information out and more at abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for our email distribution. You'll be glad that you did. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.